Hey there, tech fans. Today I'd like to do a short review of the Orei BK-EX100C-K USB-C HDMI extender. This product makes it incredibly easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content from one location with a second remote location up to 100 feet away over a single Cat6 or Cat7 LAN cable. The product fully supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 120 frames a second and is both HDMI 2.1 as well as HDCP 2.3 compliant, which means it's plug and play compatible with all of your media devices. Now, as part of this review, I'd like to start with a quick unboxing just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and the receiver and explain the connections and indicators so you understand how to use it. And then I'll come back one more time and point out a few of the features that really make this a special product that you can use to compare it to others you may be considering. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you first pop open the box, you'll find a transmitter module which plugs into your media device and a receiver module which plugs into your monitor. You'll also find a short USB-C to USB-A cable, and this is used for powering the receiver. You can plug this into the receiver, plug the USB-A into a wall charger, or any open USB-A port on your monitor. The transmitter doesn't need a power supply connection because it draws its power through that USB-C port on the device you're plugging it into. Finally, you'll find a full instruction manual also included that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and a lot of other really good information about the kit that you'll need to understand in order to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at the unit, and then I'll come back and point out a few things that I really like about this particular HDMI extension kit, again, that you can use to compare it to others you may be considering. The kit includes both a sender module and a receiver module. The sender module plugs into the media device you'd like to share the content from with your remote location, and the receiver module plugs into the monitor at that remote location where you'd like to enjoy that content. Both of these feature full metal enclosures which make them incredibly durable. Let's start with the transmitter or sender module. On the one end, you'll find a very flexible cloth-covered cable that's heavy duty with a USB-C connection on it. You can plug this into any available port on your media device to instigate sending that content to the remote location. The only other connection on the module is a LAN port right there, and that's where one end of the Cat6 or Cat7 cable gets plugged in between the sender module and the receiver module. The receiver module has a few extra connections. On the one end, you'll find another LAN port, and that's where the other end of that cable plugs in. On the other end, you'll find a full-sized HDMI port, and this is what you'll use to connect to the monitor, and you'll want to use a high-quality HDMI cable because this can transmit 4K content at up to 120 frames per second. Finally, on the side, there's a USB-C port that's labeled DC 5 volts, and you can plug the cable that's included with the kit in here. The other end of it you can plug into an open port on your monitor, or you can actually plug it into a wall charger to provide all the power you'll need for operation. And that's pretty much it for the kit. It's very easy to use. I hope that closer look was helpful. Now, here are a few really important things to keep in mind when you're comparing the Orei BK-EX100C-K USB-C HDMI extension kit with other products you may be considering. The first thing has to do with the distance between the primary and secondary locations that any product supports. In this case, you have 100 feet between your first location and the remote location where you'd like to enjoy the content, and all you need to connect the two is a single Cat6 or Cat7 cable. A lot of other products on the market have a much shorter distance that they allow you to extend the content, so checking that first is really important. Another big difference is that the transmitter on this one plugs into a USB-C port. A lot of other HDMI extenders require an HDMI port to actually extend the content to a remote location. So the fact that you can plug this into any USB-C port on your laptop or media device that supports video out makes it a lot easier to actually extend that video. Plus, the power for the unit comes through that USB-C connection, which eliminates the need for a power supply at the primary side. Another important difference is the resolution that the product supports. This unit supports 4K ultra high definition media content at up to 120 frames per second. And that's really important because a lot of other HDMI extension kits on the market may limit that resolution to 4K at 60, 4K at 30, or even 1080p, which means you're not going to get a great picture at the remote location. So knowing you're supporting a higher resolution at the higher frame rate means that image at the remote site is going to be crystal clear. Two other important differences are the HDMI and HDCP certification. This product is fully compliant with HDMI 2.1 and HDCP 2.3. And the reason those certifications are important is because the HDMI standard has gone through a lot of changes in recent years. There have been a lot of new features introduced. So knowing you're on the latest version of HDMI for high resolution media means you can immediately take advantage of all those features. And the HDCP certification is equally important because that controls copy protection. So again, knowing you're on the latest version of HDCP means you can play a wider variety of files using this product. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit. It's incredibly simple to use, and with a few connections, you can be up and running in no time. So hopefully you found this review helpful. Thanks an awful lot for watching.